Welcome back, boys and girls, to part 2 on how to write a paragraph. So grab your notes, grab a pencil, and we're going to get ready to begin. Quick review. We started off yesterday talking about the paragraph rules. There are some rules that you need to abide by if you're going to write a paragraph. You have to make sure that you're only talking about one subject or topic. Paragraphs can be between 3 and 5 sentences, although I want you to aim for 5 sentences. The first sentence, usually the first sentence of your paragraph, it should be a topic sentence. This is what the whole paragraph is going to be about. It usually comes in the very beginning, but it could come at the end of the paragraph, but usually it's at the very beginning. Supporting details. I like to use at least 3 to back up your topic sentence. These are what you're going to be talking about. Indented. That means that when you start your paragraph, you can't just start in the left margin. You have to go over a bit and indent. So you would start over here, start to write, and then when you come into your next line, then you come all the way over here. Every new paragraph, you must indent. Lastly, your last sentence is going to be a concluding sentence. This wraps your whole paragraph up, summarizes everything. Okay, so this is what we have to think about for our paragraph, some rules. Next, I told you to think about an umbrella. Our topic is our umbrella. So the topic I gave you was school subjects. This is what we're going to be talking about or writing about, school subjects. I asked you to think of 3 subjects that you enjoy, and I also gave you 3 subjects that I enjoy. So the 3 subjects that I enjoy are reading, art, and math. And I enjoy reading because you get to learn skills to improve your comprehension. I enjoy art because you get to be creative, and I enjoy math because you get to learn many operations like addition, subtraction, division, etc. If you did write your own 3 favorite subjects, I want you to keep that there because you're going to be writing your own paragraph later. So for today, for the practice paragraph, we're going to be using my 3 subjects, and then later on this weekend, you're going to be practicing a paragraph using your 3 subjects. So for right now, remember that our topic is school subject. Our 3 supporting details are reading, art, and math. And I gave you a little bit more information, just a little bit more details about each of these. All right. Lastly, I told you that to move from one detail to the next detail, you have to transition. Transition just means to move. And I gave you some words called transition words. These are our transition words. First, next, also, and finally. And after you write your topic sentence, every time you introduce a new detail, you should use a transition word because this helps your reader understand where you're going. It's clear. So you have your topic sentence and you'll say first, next, also, okay? All right, and then lastly, I told you that in your class, your teacher has probably showed you what a paragraph should look like. They might have shown you a picture of a hamburger or a picture of an Oreo, but basically there will be a bun on top, some condiments, some lettuce, a hamburger in the middle, and then a bun on the bottom. That's kind of like a paragraph. So 5 sentences that I want you to write in your paragraph. The first sentence, we're going to indent. First sentence will be your topic sentence. This is going to be what the whole paragraph is talking about. What's your point? What are you talking about? This will be your topic sentence. Make sure you, what guys?
Indent.
Make sure you indent. Your second sentence, you're going to be talking all about detail number 1. One sentence to talk about detail number 1. Third sentence, you're going to be talking about detail number 2. Fourth sentence, you're going to be talking about detail number 3. And your 5th sentence, this is our conclusion or our concluding sentence. We're going to be wrapping everything up. So this was just a quick review. We did all of this yesterday, but I just want to do a quick review just so that you're familiar with the terms. Now we are ready to write. So when we're writing, you're going to have to remember our subject or topic is school subject. So we're going to have to, that's going to be our first sentence. We're going to be saying that we're talking about school subjects. So first we need to come up with what, Olivia?
We have to do a title.
We have to do a title. So what do you think our title should be since we're talking about school subjects?
My favorite school subject.
Okay, so Olivia thinks our title should be My Favorite School Subjects because we're talking about school subjects. So I'm going to write up here, my favorite school, I fit it, subjects. So at this point, I want you to put me on pause to write the title, My Favorite School Subjects. Okay, so we have our title. Now we're ready to write our topic sentence. So what's the first thing that we have to do if we're going to be writing our topic sentence? What do we do with that first sentence?
We indent.
We have to indent. We can't just start over here. We have to come over. So take your pencil and just draw a line going over to show that we're going to indent. So now we're going to write our first sentence. So since our topic is school subjects, and there are 3 of them, our first sentence is going to be, there are 3 subjects that I enjoy in school. So I'm going to put you on pause while I write that. Okay, so let's analyze this topic sentence. We indented, and then this is the sentence. There are 3 subjects, and then we came over all the way to the left margin, that I enjoy in school. So this is sentence number 1, our topic sentence. This is what we're going to be talking about. This is the topic or the subject. So put me on pause. Make sure you have the title, My Favorite School Subjects. And then make sure you indent and then write our topic sentence. There are 3 subjects that I enjoy in school. Okay, so moving on. So we have our first sentence. Now we need sentence number 2. Do you remember what sentence number 2 is going to be about?
It's detail.
Which detail?
Number 1.
Supporting detail number 1. So let's go back. Supporting detail number 1. So in supporting detail number 1, which of these should we be talking about in supporting detail number 1? Which do you think? Reading, art, or math?
Reading.
Reading, because this one comes first. And then we have to say something about learning skills to improve comprehension. So since we are introducing our first supporting detail, we're going to use a transition word. Which transition word should we use?
First.
We should use the transition word first. You see that? That's going to be our transition word. So we're going to say first, and then we can say why we like reading. First, I like reading because we learn helpful comprehension skills. So I'm going to grab some tape. I'm going to stick first up here to remind us that we have to start our first detail with a transition word. I'm going to write the first detail for you. Okay, so I want you to write down our first supporting detail. So first, our transition word, comma, I like reading because we learn helpful comprehension skills. Boom, we're done. So press me on pause. Get that detail written. Moving right along. So I told you that our paragraph is going to have 5 sentences. So far we have our topic sentence. There are 3 subjects I enjoy in school. We have the first supporting detail, first, with our transition word. First, I like reading because we learn helpful comprehension skills. Now we're on to sentence number 3. So what is sentence number 3 going to be?
It is going to be supporting detail sentence number 2.
Supporting detail number 2. So you'll remember that supporting detail number 2 is talking about what?
Art.
Art. And I like art because you can be creative and expressive. So before we can start to write supporting detail sentence number 2, we need something in front of it. What do we need? What do we need?
We need our indent. We need our transition word.
We need a transition word. So we're going to use the transition. Oh, horrible lighting, horrible everything. The one next, okay? So we're going to use the transition word next. So I'm going to put next right here. We don't have to indent. We only indent at the beginning of a paragraph. Coming right to the next line. So, next, art is fun because we get to be creative. Okay, so here we have our third sentence, second detail. Next, art is fun because we get to be creative. So put me on pause and you can write that down. 3 out of 5 sentences. We only have 2 left. So we have our topic sentence. We have our first detail. We have our second detail. Now what do we need?
A third detail.
So it's going to be supporting detail number 3. And what did we talk about in supporting detail number 3? Math. We talked about math. And I said that I like math because I enjoy the operations. So before we can just start writing a sentence, we need something in front of the sentence. What do we need?
A transition word.
We need a transition word. And our last transition word, this is the last one, we're going to say finally. Finally. Okay? So finally, I love math because we learn many operations. Okay, so you can write your fourth sentence. This is our third supporting detail. Finally, that's our transition word, comma. I love math because we learn many operations. Are we done? Are we finished?
No.
Nope, we have one more sentence to go. So put me on pause and get this sentence down. Then we have one more to go and then you're done. Okay, so quick recap. We have our title, my favorite school subjects. We have our topic sentence, but we had to indent. There are 3 subjects I enjoy in school. We have our first supporting detail introduced by a transition word. First, I like reading because we learn helpful comprehension skills. Then I have my second supporting detail with a transition word in front. Next, art is fun because we get to be creative. Then I have my third supporting detail with finally. I love math because we learn many operations. 4 sentences. We only have one more to write. What is the last type of sentence called?
The concluding sentence.
The concluding sentence or your conclusion.
Or your closing.
Or your closing. Thank you, Lennox. And this is where you're basically saying your topic sentence in a different way. You're summarizing everything that you've talked about. So it's just like the topic sentence, but you just have to word it in a different way. So the closing sentence that I chose is these. Reading, math, art. Okay. These are just some of the subjects that make school a blast. Boom. Done. So let me write it. So this is our closing sentence or our concluding sentence. These are just some of the subjects that make school a blast! Exclamation mark. Okay. And that is our 5-sentence paragraph. Wasn't too bad, was it? Did you guys think it was hard?
No.
You think it was confusing a little?
Not really.
Not really? Okay, so that's why I wanted to take it step by step. So put me on pause and I'm going to tell you what your homework is for the weekend. Get all this written down. All right, so boys and girls, I hope that this is making sense. I'm trying to go slow and not give you too much information at once. You need to know how to write a paragraph. You need to know how to write a quality essay. Go over a little bit, Lennox. So these are the bare bones. This is a basic paragraph. As you get up in the grades, you can start to add more details. You can start to add more transition words. But for right now, I just want you to have an understanding of the basic format on how to write a paragraph. So next week, we're going to be learning how to write an essay. You have to be able to write one of these because in an essay, you have 5 of these. An essay is at least 5 paragraphs. Okay, so we're going to be doing the same thing, but I want you to get some practice in it. So for this week, can I actually think of 3 subjects that you enjoy about school? And you're going to write a paragraph on your own. So you did the practice with me. You have this model as an example. I don't expect to see the exact same paragraph. I want you to be a bit creative. Okay, so change the words around. Okay, if you want to use the same transition words, that's fine. But I want you to change it around a bit. But you're going to be telling me your 3 favorite subjects, maybe a little bit about something that you like about them. So you're going to have a topic sentence, 3 details, and a concluding sentence. And if you have any questions, your parents can send me a WhatsApp or an email over the weekend. I'll be more than happy to help you. But I think this should be pretty straightforward. So you're going to write your own paragraph based on your favorite 3 subjects. Okay? Thank you so much for helping me, guys. Sometimes I lose track, and my kids keep me on track, so I need to carry them around with me in my purse. So have a wonderful weekend. I hope to see you soon. Be safe. Bye.
Bye.